With a large group of students, our aim is to get them involved by allowing them to be in control of what they are creating.
You are the directors. You're in a privileged position. We've got 4 actors here that are going to be at your behest, your control to a certain extent.
To initiate their involvement, we will start with a range of questions related to stories in general and their particular set text about genre, preferences, characters, etc.
So, I just want to ask you, we always start off with the story. Is there any stories that you particularly like? Yeah? EastEnders. Classic story, quite dark, yeah. The next part is that we cast it. So, casting, I think we should do a bit of fancy casting. Who would you choose? If you were a producer or a director, who would you cast as Ferdinand? Leonardo DiCaprio. Very good choice for Ferdinand.
Ultimately, we want the students to play and direct the scene. We start very simply, no costumes, props, lights, etc. Just actors and lines.
Bosun! Here, master, watch here. Good, speak to the mariners. For 20 years, or we've run ourselves aground. Bestir! Bestir! Heave my heart, chilly, chilly my heart. Holy, charitable dog! Work you then, hang, cur, hang! You wholesome, insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than you.
At this point, we'd want to facilitate some comments from the students and then act on those comments.
I think they should be like falling over and stuff.
Falling over, okay, let's introduce a bit of falling over. Yeah.
Maybe like to explain who you are.
It doesn't look like they're on the boat.
No? Fine. So what would you do? What would you guys, how do you want to improve this? Yeah?
Speaking a Jamaican accent.
Jamaican accent. You wanted Pirates of the Caribbean, is it?
Now we would ask the actors to use some of those suggestions, from falling over to creating the boat, so that we can build the scene, in this case, the opening scene of The Tempest.
Yet again? What do you here? Shall we give oar and drown? Have your mind to sink? Pass on your throat! You balling, blasphemous dog! Work you then! Port! Oh, hang you, cur! Hang! You horse and insolent noisemaker! Who are just afraid to be drowned now?
After a few more suggestions, we would encourage the audience, the students, to get involved and become part of the action.
We need some shipmates. How are we going to volunteer to be a shipmate? Cool. Fabulous. So I want 4 shipmates, someone to wet the actors. I think we ought to start adding some noise as well.
Help us! That's what you have to do! When you're all more talking, you're out of lines, put her in!
Depending on time, we normally have a little bit of fun, using the most inventive suggestions and see what comes out.
Bosun! Yes, master! Go speak to the mariner! Mister, that we run ourselves around on Mister! I said Mister! Jelly my hearts! Jelly!
We then move on to other key scenes, concentrating on the relationships. We start with simple staging and build in costumes, props and theatrical devices. The students will also get an option on what music, what lights they could add, all building up a different atmosphere and creating a theatrical scene.
I am ready now. Approach, my hero, come.
All hail, great master. Brave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure. Be it to fly, to swim, dive into the flames, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task Ariel and all his quality.
When asking students for directorial suggestions, you can occasionally end up with slightly surreal scenes. This, a romantic scene, had to incorporate wooden logs in human form, Australian accents, and timed kisses.
Yeah, but I've got to get all this shifted before the sun goes down, mate, and I'm not even getting close.
Look, I tell you what, you sit
great.
down, just like take a break for a minute.
No.
I'll carry the logs for you.
Without equal. I've never seen anyone as gorgeous as you before in my entire life.
1,
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
There is also an opportunity to explore social behaviours and issues through drama. With the clown scene in The Tempest, we worked together on drunken behaviours and peer pressure.
Great! Fantastic! What did you think? Yeah?
A good experience.
I learned a lot.
Did you? More than just reading it?
Yeah, it was a lot better because
You really
it's
brought
better
the
to
story to
see
life.
it. rather
Yeah?
And like I've been to see the play, and
Seeing
it was
is
better 'cause it was
believing.
more fun.
What was it? Would be able to sort of play with it, actually be
Yeah.
creative with it,
Yeah.
rather than just be shown a version.
Yeah.
Right, yeah? So you actually felt
Like
involved?
the play at Stratford was pretty like
Was it? Was it a bit tedious?
yeah.
The students really enjoyed it. What they liked about it was the chance to see how different staging in directions would change the interpretation of the play, and I think it really helped them to understand the play an awful lot better than they would have done just sitting and reading the text.
Yeah.
Also very talented cast. The ability to do different accents and different movements just because on the whim of a teenager was really, really impressive.